Welcome to the Real Don Smith Show. As I stated in the opening of the last show, we are in the cycle of time called the awakening. Don't allow yourself to be under the influence of fear and anger because it will distort your perception. There's a thing called melanin, which consists of carbon and atoms, which has 6 protons, 6 neutrons, and 6 electrons, with the Gnostics, who were the pre-Christians, passed on as the mark of the beast. It has been the topic of discussion on social media. The interaction with the melanin activates the pineal gland and takes the mind to a spiritual level. It's funny how history distorts. Maybe it's because it's his story. Coming to you live, flying high from the 505, that city called Albuquerque. I want to introduce Joker Bird.
Having evil thoughts of possible murders and money schemes. I'm the nightmare that you fear. I'm the one that's haunting you in your dreams. You wake up and screaming bloody murder. Red wrong, got the hunt of a drum. Before the haters don't want to exempt. And if you want something, come. Almost prepare for war. If you don't want any problems, then why the hell you banging for? I'm coming to gun, it's the ready to settle the score. Got your motherfuckers running, got you done and begging, please no more. Asking for mercy, it's going to hurt you, then it's going to hurt me. Roll up in the hurt G. I'm going to get you in the worst sleep. Wait, so what can I say? I'm sick in the mind, I'm sick in the head. I fled the murder scene and everyone there, we all bleed red. And tears shed, hell no, I don't see none, I ain't the one. To show a new weakness and be scared with someone with a gun. That's what I live, eventually we all have to die. And nothing is forever, have no fear, ain't no time to cry. You want some? I'm leaving it just in his hands. I'm rising above the drama, get robbing to make 100 grand. You say you're the man, I have seen nothing yet, you get no respect. You better watch your step before you get checked. You want some? I'm leaving it just in his hands. I'm rising above the drama, get rhyming to make 100 grand. You say you're the man, I have seen nothing yet, you get no respect. You better watch your step before you get checked. I don't know what else to do, I feel like blowing out my ranks. It's hard for me to go through life and feel pain. Be saying, get banging, slanging, bang is what my life is all about. You double cross me, your life is lost. You taking all the opposition now. Trust no one, I'll put my faith underneath the weapon. Got the Smith & Wesson full of fools that think they're stepping. You better ask yourself a question, do I wanna die tonight? You're messing with me on my sanity, your soul rises flight. I say goodnight to the bad guy, your family sad why? Your body's been missing, rotting underground. Now it's time to ride, leaving a murder scene. Waking up, demons trying to get me in my dreams. Listen to the devil when his lies and his scheme. But it seems to me that I'm destined for hell. The lock of the prison for the seasons. I'm like, fuck it, I might as well to do what I have to do to protect my family and loved ones. A loyalty above all else, taking the day a day as it comes. You want some? I'm leaving it just in his hands. I'm rising above the drama, get striving to make 100 grand. You say you're the man, I have seen nothing yet, you get no respect. You better watch your step before you get checked. You want some? I'm leaving it just in his hands. I'm rising above the drama, get striving to make 100 grand. You say you're the man, I have seen nothing yet, you get no respect. You better watch your step before you get checked. They call me the lunatic, my flows are like the flu. A sick, I refuse to quit, lose to admit defeat, never give it in. Daily on the ground by the time, making my dividends. I'm in it to win, I'm at it again and again. I'm committed to every daily sins, my conscience in the constant battle. Evil, fatness, love for it starters like we were some cattle. It's time to get out of my mind, it's the war, the battles within. Guess I won't stop until I reach my end, so let this sickness begin on my demise. Words of the wise, real G's don't down, we multiply. I'm always down for ride for the minds, especially the ones that down to die. It's hard to find real motherfuckers that are true. I'm gonna be real to myself, but keep on doing it what I do, doing it what I do best. Doing it for the fools, and nothing less. I ain't here to impress, but you haven't seen nothing yet. It's such a reaction, acting satisfaction, one I'm bound to give this crazy life that I'm living. Yes, the north is life that I live. You want some? I'm leaving it just in his hands. I'm rising above the drama, get striving to make 100 grand. You say you're the man, I have seen nothing yet, you get no respect. You better watch your step before you get checked. You want some? I'm leaving it just in his hands. I'm rising above the drama, get striving to make 100 grand. You say you're the man, I have seen nothing yet, you get no respect. You better watch your step before you get checked.
How you doing this morning, Steve?
Good morning, Don. How you doing? I'm doing excellent.
All right, man. How's your journey been over the last few weeks? And tell us about your last show and at the Coast to Coast and how everything went and what you've learned.
Well, it was it was a great experience. As far as doing the rap contest and everything, I got third place, and it gave me real experience as far as getting on stage and be able to get up in front of everybody and just to perform my song and stuff like that. And so as far as that journey, it was a real good experience. I'm trying to get where I could do more shows locally or wherever. I'm trying to get experience with that. But yeah, it was a great experience. I had fun. They do the rap contest every year, so I'm going to be back next year doing it again. Keep pushing forward no matter what. But
how was your world of chaos?
Oh man, it's crazy. I don't even know. I just gotta focus on what I have to do and not worry about what's going on, what everybody else is doing or anything like that, because it's hectic out there, and this world will drive you crazy, drive you mad. But try to stay positive, just keep pushing forward no matter what. That's basically what my goal is, and with everything I do, and just have a positive outlook on things too. Just keep pushing forward, and just know that setbacks are going to come. That's mandatory. You just got to be ready and be able to handle them, and just keep pushing forward.
At every level that we rise, there has to be chaos so that we can go to that next level. Do you agree with that?
Oh yeah, most definitely, because it just motivates me to do something for myself and keep pushing forward, and yeah, you have to go through bad times, and it just makes me stronger as a person. Just know that what I'm capable of, and just not to get too caught up in the way the world is as far as having prestige or having money and this and that, or putting my time and effort into that as far as just try to stay positive. I just got to focus on me and what I could do. I can't change the world. The world's not going to change. The world is where it is. The only thing I could focus on is me and what I could change and how I perceive things and I handle certain situations and so on. Yeah, and just educating my mind, keep my mind busy. Your brain, that's your biggest muscle, so I work that all the time. Anything and everything I try to do, I try to utilize my time, and whether just practicing my flows or just anything, look at words in the dictionary, trying to expand my vocabulary, my horizons, getting better understanding the things, whatever it is, just got to keep my mind strong, and that's what this world's about.
Can you be truthful and honest? Since the last time that we spoke, at your moment of weakness, did you want to give up? Are you there, Steve? We're having technical difficulties, and we're speaking to Steve Lujan, a.k.a. Joker Bird. Do we have anybody else on the line while we're waiting on Steve to come back?
I'm back to Steven.
The last question that I asked, at your moment of weakness since the last time we met, did you want to give up?
Yeah, most definitely, because it's fear, it's just what you do with it. You're always going to have fear, stuff that's going to come in your way, and what gets you out of your comfort zone, or gets you off your level. But you just got to push through that and just keep doing whatever it is you're trying to do and to better yourself. That's what I do. That's what I live my life.
Can you get too comfortable in this world?
Oh yeah, most definitely. If you're comfortable, then something's wrong. That should be a warning sign. You should be able to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. So something's wrong. So you got to keep pushing, and anything that you want and anything good, you have to fight for it. You have to work for it, and you pretty much get in what you put in. So yeah.
how does reflection assist you? Because if we can look at our past mistakes, it insulates us and gives us opportunity to not make the same mistakes again. So how does your reflection help you in your world?
It's always good to look in the past. That way you just look back for a second but not dwell on it, or, stay right there in that mindset, because whatever I did in the past, that's the decision I made at the time. And at the time, I thought that was the best decision, even though you look back and it wasn't. But, at the time, I thought that was the best decision. But there's nothing I could do about it. I can't change that. So I just learn from it, and it is what it is, and just try to keep pushing forward to not make the same mistake again. But try to be hard on yourself, but not too hard where it's in negative. Do it in a positive way, like, okay, yeah, I messed up or whatever, and keep, okay, what I'm going to do next time, to better myself or to do it better, faster, stronger, or whatever it is. 10 times, come back 10 times harder than I did. So it's good, though. It gets, kind of brings you down a little bit, but at the same time, it kind of motivates me to keep doing what I'm doing, and, just I got to make it. I got to do something with this, whatever I'm trying to do, try to better myself, to stay strong-minded, and I get caught up in all this stuff because I can't get too comfortable with all these luxuries. That's good to have, nice things and all this stuff in life, but you can't make it your ultimate goal because, at any given moment, at any given time, everything could be taken away from you. So I just content. I think that's the main thing. Being thankful, grateful for what you have, but be where you settle for that. Pretty much that goes back to perception and accepting. Everyone. I think everyone deserves the best of what life has to offer, but at the same time, you have to work hard for it. You have to strive for it.
Well, you were talking about reflection earlier. Reflection leads to insight, and it opens your eyes, but not the physical eyes. It activates that pineal gland, and it creates that third eye. How does that help you cope?
Well, it helps me to you have to have past, present, and future. You got to look in your past, what I'm going to do from the mistakes of the past, what I'm trying to do right now, how do I apply it to my life. Then I kind of go from there as far as my goals or whatever I'm trying to accomplish. Just look for the future. Just taking one day at a time. Sometimes people are different. Like me, I had to take life minute by minute at times, but just not worry about tomorrow, because just worry about what needs to be taken care of here, right here and now, and just go forward. I'm only one person. I can only do so much in one day. So as long as I'm accomplishing and moving forward, no matter how tiny steps I'm going, as long as I'm moving forward, I think I'm doing okay. So
well, can you be comfortable with this? People talk about friends, and as we go on that spiritual journey, you find out that we lose a lot of friends. When I ask people in treatment, as a treatment provider for the state of New Mexico, they say that they make friends easily, but they don't understand that's an illusion. If you make friends easily, that means maybe a lot of those friends have made you and they get what they want. As you go on a spiritual journey, you find out that we lose a lot of so-called friends because that journey is solitary. What have you seen as far as that aspect?
Well, I think the aspect of that, it kind of teaches me, knowing how people are, just being always evaluate people, how they act, how they conduct themselves, and, do I really want to put myself around this person or anything like that. So I think it's better because I'm better for myself, because if I fail in anything I do, and if I'm trying to do stuff myself, if I fail, it's because of me, not because of someone else or I have to depend on somebody. So in the end, it makes me stronger. It is kind of, lonely, but on this road, when you start being true and real with yourself, then you kind of find out that you're kind of the person walking this road by yourself. But, you know, it's all good. You know, it's motivates me, and hopefully I could be able to, you know, show people, you know, there's a better way of doing things, a better way of thinking about things and going about it, you know, and to better themselves, you know. Don't settle for less. Don't settle for the bare minimum, you know. But some people, that's what they want, you know, and that's fine, you know. But at the same time, I kind of create boundaries with myself and with people, and just, you know, I'm here to help anyone that really wants to help themselves. But if they don't want to help themselves, then I got to keep it pushing, you know, nothing personal, nothing like that. But, you know, I have to do it for me. So you just pretty much just draw the lines, you know, you're either with me or against me, pretty much like that. But at the same time, like I said, I want to be able to help anyone who wants to help themselves. So, yeah, open roads, open people help me out through all my life, you know, taking time to teach me something or whatever. But, you know, that's what I'm trying to do, you know, be a positive influence, you know, just being out in the community too, because I'd rather be out there talking to people and getting different perspectives on things and knowing what's going on. And, you know, I figure I live my life, you know, trying to draw in the middle line, you know, saying, oh, I'm not a part of the problem, but I'm not creating solutions either to help anybody or myself. So that's why I try to live on the solution side. So I got problems. Everyone has problems, but, you know, just got to think, okay, we got problems. Do one thing at a time. Just do one thing at a time, one day at a time.
On our journey, each human being is going to experience loss. And through that loss, we're going to lose everything, and we have to be cool with it. And a lot of people I ask, they say that they have a sweetheart. Well, a sweetheart has a problem with incurring loss and being able to move on and to grow and find understanding from it. Do you feel that we need a bittersweet heart to be able to incur loss?
Yeah, I feel, yeah, you have to, because, you know, it's going to come. There's always, you're going to do stuff. Stuff comes, you know, doors close for anything, you know, but there's always something, another door opening after that. You just got to stay positive, just be open-minded to opportunity, because it could happen at any given time. So, yeah, that's pretty much how I do it.
Well, when you visited me last summer, you came with your daughter. And also, I think about 2 months ago, you know, you brought your daughter down and you guys were doing a series of squat thrusts. How are you conditioning your daughter at an early age?
I'm I'm trying to condition her, you know, just think a certain way, you know, get your education, you know, and stay positive. But I think it's already, with her, it was already embedded in her anyway, you know, to do all that stuff. I love spending time. I try to spend time as much with her as I can, because, you know, I can't get that time back. So, yeah, I'm not the best, or, you know, I'm perfect or anything like that. I'm far from it. But at the same time, I strive for perfection, knowing I'm not going to get it. But at the same time, I try to live my life, you know, live by example, you know, what I say and preach, and what I do on a day-to-day, how I conduct myself, or at my work, or my rhymes, my flows. I try to, you know, be that positive influence, and, you know, what I say is what I try to live by. So, yeah, she's going fast, and time goes, like I said, time goes fast, and you got to make the best of it, because you never know. We don't know how much, our time's appointed here. We don't know how much time we got left. So, you know, it's not worth, you know, getting mad or getting feelings over some stuff that don't need to be. You know, just focus on you, your family, your loved ones, or whatever you're just trying to do. Everyone's different, but just be positive. Just try to lead by example. That's what I try to do, you know.
Well, you made a powerful point. So now you have purpose. With purpose comes accountability. You talked about the importance of time. time is the most powerful tool that a person has in their life because their life is based on time. We don't know how much time we have on this realm, but you talk about time management. How important has that been for you?
It's very important. You know, I try, because it's either, like I say, like you were saying earlier, you can't get that back. You know, once it's gone, it's gone. So what I try to do, I just try to utilize it. It's either time wasted or time utilized. It's either way. What are you going to do with it? That's on the person.
Well, you said something about a minute ago, and you were talking about you're not perfect. But that's a defense mechanism. Let me tell you this. A person who's adaptive to change is perfect for this world. And so perception and acceptance is everything, because I've heard so many people say, Don, I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. We're human beings. We have to make mistakes from us to grow from it. And so those past mistakes leads to opportunities in the future, and it seems like you've made opportunities for yourself. There's another concept. People lump pain and suffering together. I was at a training one time, and I never speak at trainings because I hear so much ideology and not the truth. A lot of treatment providers, they make Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid, if it's made by a person, is normally too sweet. And so over time, they don't check information and statistics. They don't stay up and they don't stay versed on their craft. And so a lot of information that comes out becomes institutionalized information, and it becomes a part of the morality code, that tool of judgment. The truth and honesty code, the one that takes that person to that next level. How hard was it for you to look at yourself truthfully and honestly?
Oh, it was very hard. It's, you don't want to look at all the bad stuff, the imperfections, and, it's real hard, but you have to it starts with yourself. Everything starts with you, being real with yourself, being honest. Honesty is, you can't be honest with people or how you live your life if you're not honest with yourself. So, I just, that's the only way you're going to grow is if you just, hold on, I forgot where I was going with that.
Hey, let me tell you something, young man. Just let it flow like water.
Yeah. So, go ahead.
How do you see yourself growing, and what are some of the things that you want to improve on over the next year?
Just a couple of things. Is I real like on words. My spelling is not, my grammar is not really the best. So, like I said, I've been taking steps not only with my flows and my music. It's been helping me grow, like looking up words, even words that I kind of know what the meaning is. So I'll look up words in the dictionary, right? If it's a noun, whatever, and write synonyms to it. That way, I'll just write it down or just stuff that I know. That way, it helps me to better my reading comprehension, my spelling, and also gives me a deeper meaning in my music and what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is I'm not just saying stuff just to say it or because it rhymes or anything like that. Anything in my music, it's stuff that I know, that I see, and it's nothing that I don't know. So that's pretty much with that. Also, learning how to do this. So I almost got my whole studio up and running already. So I don't know how to do none of the mixing or mastering. So that's another goal of mine, is want to learn how to do that myself, and that way I get the best quality, the best stuff out of my music. And not only that, I'll be able to know what I want. So I don't have to tell nobody. So I don't have to depend on nobody. So everything is just on me. So that's a couple of things, you know, because like when I was young, I thought I was too cool for school, you know, but really I was a fool. I'm like, nah, I don't want to do this. I don't need the education, and I'm paying for it now. So people out there, get your education, wherever it is. Don't believe everything that you hear, but stay open-minded and investigate everything. That's how we seek wisdom and knowledge, you know, see what the really truth is. Look deep within yourself and what's going on. Being honest.
For the people who don't have that high level of knowledge, what's behind that meaning of that selection that you did, Destiny?
Well, Destiny's Hands is basically, you know, like I said, you know, like in the hook, I just say, you know, I'm striving for $100,000. You know, it doesn't mean I'm not going to stop there. You know, my goal is to get $1 million, $10 million, or whatever it is I'm trying to do. So, you know, I just go, in order to make, I got to make short-term goals and long-term goals. So my short-term also, too, is just don't worry about the future. You know what I mean? Just let it flow. You know, I'm pretty much not worried about stressing about stuff I have no control of. So I was kind of just taking it with that, you know, just being positive and, you know, strive, you know, just don't believe anything that you hear, you know. Do this for you. You can't do anything you're trying to do with your life positive if it ain't for you. You can't do it for anyone else. So you got to ask yourself, what am I doing the stuff I'm doing? If I'm not liking my situation, then what am I doing to taking steps to correct it or better it or whatever it is I want in life?
Time, since we were kids, we've been conditioned to accept the bird in the hand and not the two in the bush. That allows us to become too comfortable and never go for the two in the bush. And you just said it when you said you can't allow yourself to become stagnant. So over time, we have to take healthy risks as a human beings and be willing to sacrifice that one in the hand, go back into the survival mode to be able to get those two in the bush. It seems like when you say you're not going to settle for less, it seems like that's the concept that you're talking about. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Yep, that is correct. And you just never know. You know, everything is scary out in this world. You never know, especially the unknown, and you're not show where the end of the world's going to be. But, you know, just never know till you actually go out there and try whatever it is you're trying to do. You know, fear is supposed to have fear. You know, like I said, it's what you're going to do with it. So, like I say, you know, I'm not the type to get up on stage and perform like that. But, you know, with this music, that's what I have to do. So I have to get out of my comfort zone and go do that, you know, or whatever it is I'm trying to do, you know, talk to people, you know, trying to get contacts or whatever it is I'm trying to do. But, yeah, this world just tries to scare people, and it's have us trembling. It's not. That's the illusion. No, fear is just, it's an illusion. You know what I mean? It's all in your mind. It's a belief that something's scary. So it's a belief in your own head that, you know, could be real, could be not. But, you know, I'm trying not to live my life with no regrets and just have fun with it. That's the main thing, I think, is having fun and love what you do, you know. I think that's the main thing. You get more fulfillment out of it. So.
Well, that's perfect, because for a person to prosper and to live life fulfillment, that concept that you just said, man, something has to have intrinsic value to someone. What do you love? And the most important thing, the mirror goes both ways. Because if we understand that the mirror goes both ways, there's something at the other end of that mirror, a person, place, or thing, and it can't be confronted. It has to be negotiated. How do you feel about that concept?
The concept about negotiating, is that what you're talking about?
Yes. It takes communication. A person has to know where you're coming from, and you said that. So has your life changed from confrontation to negotiation?
Yeah, that goes with anything. You know, communication is first and foremost in any relationship. You know, whatever it's with your kids, with yourself. You got to have a relationship with yourself too. You know, with God or whatever it is got to do. And with any kind of relationship, a good one is communication is key. So whatever you're trying to do, but you got to have a relationship with yourself and communicate, speak out loud, or whatever it is you're trying to do, what you're trying to do in life to better yourself. Strive for something, you know, whatever you're trying to do. Go reach high, you know. That's what I say. Reach for the stars, shoot for the moon. But I hear with the sky's the limit. I don't like that saying, because you shouldn't limit yourself to anything. You know what I'm saying? You should go above and beyond, because you never know. You never know where you can take it. All you need is that little bit more extra time and effort, and you can take it beyond than what you're putting in. So my thing is, don't be scared to follow your dreams. You know, everyone's gonna talk smack, and everyone's gonna put you down. Oh, you can't do this. Everyone's gonna tell you that. So it's just what you want. You know, you're gonna let it affect you, or yeah, most definitely.
Right. Okay, so if you can stay on the line as I go through the topic of discussion, and would you be willing to comment on some of the topics?
Oh, most definitely would. Yeah.
Thank you, man. As we get into the topic of discussion for you today, society has conditioned us to accept chaos as order. There's a lot of things going on in this country. I was expecting a person to be on the line from Detroit, Michigan, to talk about the Flint, Michigan incident. Back in 2014, they switched the water from Detroit, from Lake Michigan, to Flint, Michigan. And the Attorney General, Bill Schuette, he filed charges against some of the health commissioners and even higher-ups. Time. The most precious thing that a person has is water. And in 2014, that water was switched to the nastiest river in this country. The Attorney General, he stated that in his allegations, he states that they say that people have to die of something, and it was done as a cost cutter at how many people suffered. There were 12 people who died of Legionnaire disease, and so they have been indicted, and more indictments are to come. We had one of the most popular guitarists from Guns N' Roses, Slash. He dabbles in the jazz, and he made a hit called Sessions and Confessions. But that's not what I'm targeting this morning. It's Jeff Sessions. He was asked to speak to the committee privately, but he didn't. Instead, he came on TV and spoke before the same committee, the congressional committee. It was transparent of the reason why. Perception is everything, and it was smooth the way it was done. He came out with that southern tone. It sounded sweet. And he was angry at what was said. But when he was asked questions, they didn't add up. And so it leads to something else. Say, Steve, what did you think? Did you see the hearing on TV? Did you
No,
see
I didn't.
the So what do you think about So what do you think about what's going on within the government? Because maybe we need Steven Seagal because he's dealt with above the law. It seems like with the government, the higher we go up, the more that we can break the law. Even as you go higher up, you protect it. You can break the law in certain aspects, and it's legal. So what do you think about the top and the bottom and entitlement and inheritance? Do you think that they're entitled, and what are we entitled to as citizens?
No, I don't think no one's entitled to anything. It's pretty much like where your mind's at. I think I give people a certain amount of respect, but you have to kind of earn that stuff, that status. But I kind of, like you said, you go up higher and no one's held accountable. It's like if we did the same thing, we would have already been locked up and thrown away the key. But for whatever reason, that's all that stuff is an illusion. It's all ideology. They talk about this and that and getting tougher on crime and all this stuff, and they're doing the same thing we're doing, but they're just higher up and whatever it is they're trying to do. But I try not to let that affect me because I already know what it is. I already know they're not gonna get indicted. They're not gonna go see jail time. It's just the way it is, and they don't care. Like when you're talking about where they changed the water over there, it kind of reminded me of I don't know if it was the Animus or San Juan River here at the Silverton mine and the EPA and stuff like that, and no one was held accountable for that. It's like, and they don't even care because they polluted the whole, river, the bloodline, the supply to everything, and it's getting contaminated, and it's like, what, really? You guys were brought up to think the government's supposed to be here for us and help us out, but they don't even care. It's like, but I don't know. I try, I don't let my past define me. That's not the person who I was. I'm actually way better because of it. You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to show people, there's a better way, and just don't believe everything you hear. You know what I'm saying? I just try to stay out of the way, and I realize I want to be left alone, do my music, but at the same time, come knowledge, comes accountability and responsibility. So I had to. Once you say you know something, now you're held accountable. So, these guys know better, but they're still doing, I don't know, kind of don't understand that. But, yeah, I don't let that affect me, though. But it is, something needs to change, and they're just all taught, But change starts with yourself because it's not going to get better. It's not. Keep looking for the outside for change, and people wonder why it's not changing or getting better. It's not. This world's supposed to be like this. It's supposed to be like that. It's a perfect world. The only thing you could change is you and how you take it and how you go about it and how you conduct yourself and how you live your life.
Powerful, powerful. I forgot to tell my listening audience, the live phone call-in number is 1-646-668-8512. Talking to Steve Lujan. And over the past week that has happened, one, we have the shooting of James Scalise, and also we have the investigation into Donald Trump that has become three-pronged. First, let's start off with the shooting of Steve Scalise. He was shot by a 66-year-old man by the name of James Hodgkinson out of St. Louis, Missouri. He became disenchanted with what was going on with Donald Trump, and he said, he's not my president, and it appears that he felt betrayed. Since last summer, he was sending emails to Bernie Sanders, and he was complaining. And so during the shooting and after the shooting, they had different members of the cabinet who had seen him at the gym at the YMCA that was 60 feet away from the baseball field. And they said that he was in the YMCA every day. He didn't look homeless. He was clean. And they said he always had a laptop, and he sat with his back to the window each time so no one could see what he was doing on his laptop. They said he didn't give off any alert that he was dangerous, but his back was at the window in which he shot from. And so you have a citizen who was disenfranchised and took it upon himself. So in the media, the Republicans say, well, it's left-wing. It's a left-wing thing now, and that it's left-wing terrorism. It's odd the way that we label everything. It was a human being who was disenfranchised. He's never had a charge that was violent. They said that the police came to his house on one occasion because he was firing a gun outside, which he had the right to do. And so his gun, or his rifle rather, was not taken. During that incident, he had a semi-automatic pistol. And my condolences goes out to the people who were shot and the police who protected them. Also, over the past week, the investigation has become three-pronged, and in Donald Trump's perception and his cabinet, they say that it exonerates him because it's a broader investigation. That means that they're not finding anything. Well, Mueller, he just hired 13 lawyers or investigators who are looking into the incident. It's funny how perception changes, and since it's a broader investigation, they said they couldn't find anything. But the mirror goes both ways. I think that they see that it's an enormous problem. And so just looking for obstruction of justice is one thing, but it's the overall picture. We are taught to be nearsighted. We only see the problems that are in front, but it's the overall picture that they're looking at. And so it's three-pronged. The first one is into the collusion with Russia. The second one is obstruction of justice. And the third one is the most important component. It's the financial ties to Russia. One of the things that Donald Trump did not do was release his finances. He said that he turned his holdings over to other entities. That appears to be a slight. You show the left hand, but you can't see what the right hand is doing. And so with this broader investigation, I see it this way. There's a lot of problems, and it's an enormous problem that takes the investigation to another level. It's funny how that 13 comes up again. He has 13 lawyers. The subliminal aspect is, if you look at that dollar bill, there's 13 arrows, 13 olive branches, and 13 steps that leads up pyramid. And in Washington, D.C., the whole concept and 9 of the framers of the Constitution were Freemasons. And that 13 is the number that reveals itself. In the cycle of time, everything revolves around that concept in America. As I close the show today, Steve, can you give the people something positive to leave with?
Yeah, well, I could say just don't you know, like you're saying about the hand trick, you know, your eyes could deceive you, you know what I mean? So you just have to, don't believe everything you see or hear, you know, investigate, be open-minded and stuff, you know, because we're just conditioned to think certain things are a certain way, and it's not even, it's complete opposite. But, you know, be open-minded to things and stay positive and do your own investigating. You know, don't believe anything I say. You know, I want you to go, you know, say what I'm saying is real or not. So I'm not trying to convince anybody of what I believe in. I just have to say my piece and just go. But at the same time, you know, don't be scared to go, you know, your goals, your biggest dreams, you know, just go forward and just go all the way. You know, you're going to have bumps in the road and stuff is going to get in the way and stuff happens. Stuff happens. You just got to be ready, anticipate it, and just go with the flow. You know what I mean? That's pretty much, that's Murphy's Law for you right there. What can't go wrong will go wrong. So be positive in it, you know. Because you never know. Like I said, I could be, after this show, I could be gone. You know, who knows how much that time is. So I try to make the best of it and just live my life accordingly and just go from there. Time is very precious. Treat it like it's gold.
All we are is dust in the wind. I want to thank my guest, Steve Lujan, a.k.a. Joker Bird. And as I close the show, someone tweeted me and they asked, what is the relationship between justice and unity? My reply was, without unity, justice can't exist. Stay tuned to the next episode of The Real Don Smith Show, which will air next Friday at 9 o'clock Mountain Time. Have a good day.